And yes, I think we are live now. Yes, we are live now. Hello, YouTube. Today we are going to talk about freedom. And to start, I will introduce myself. I'm Bia. I'm 21 years old. I'm a chemistry student. I own a beauty studio, and I am a tattooist, a tattoo artist. And I've been here on TNT since 2020, learning English and hosting meetings. What about you, Carmen? Please introduce yourself to YouTube.
Oh, yes, I am Carmen. I am from Brasilia. And I like that language, this language, English, and I like to talk with people here. I like the subjects, although sometimes they are so deep. Yes, but I like to talk about that subjects and new more people too. Yes.
Awesome. So to start, we are going to talk. Oh, and it will be just us today, and probably I don't know if anybody will come. But let's start. The first question, as I said, the topic today is liberty, and the first question is what springs to mind when you hear the word liberty?
What are springs?
What comes in your mind when you hear this word? Got
it? What I think about liberty.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. That is interesting. I believe that when we talk about liberty, it's related with to do what we want to do, to say what we want to say, to be what we want to be. I believe that it's what I think about liberty. But I believe that it's good when you don't cause troubles for the others. When it happens, I believe that it's necessary to think a little more about our actions, our behaviors, about what I think about liberty. It's difficult to have a balance. It depends where you are. It depends where you work, about your family too, your friends, the many kinds of relations that we have.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that when I hear this word, I think actually when I hear this word, it comes in my mind a beautiful place with a night sky. Yeah, just like heaven, something like that. So I think that it's what you said, to live, doing what you want to do, and but of course being respectful to everybody. Sometimes people just comes on saying this word, but people just don't think about others. Maybe I think they just have to say, oh, I have to be how can I say, I forgot how can I say that in English. It's like I think it's freedom of speech, if I'm not sure. If I'm not mistaken, it's liberdade de expressão, but it's not liberty, it's freedom. But people just think about freedom and liberty in that way, but people sometimes forget about each other. Hello, Bruna. Please introduce yourself. when you're ready.
Yes, no, I can do it. I'm Bruna, I'm 27, I live in São Paulo, I work as a teacher and also as a community manager here on TNT. I don't know what happened to my earphones. Okay, they were stuck here. Now it's better. I work here on TNT and I live with my family. I like dancing, chocolate. I like studying languages. And I think that's it.
Bruna, what springs to mind when you hear the word liberty?
You know what? I was listening to you and I researched, not researched, but I was thinking about it, like about the difference between freedom and liberty. Maybe this one, I don't know if, yeah, there's a question like this, but maybe I think of people, I don't know, doing what they want, I'm not really sure. I don't know.
No problem. For more people coming. Hello, Raissa.
Hello,
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Raíssa. I'm 31. I have a beautiful dancer daughter with 90 years, and I'm married. I'm from here, and I love this place and these girls here.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. And Yasmin, please introduce yourself.
Hello, so my name is Yasmin, I'm 20 years old, I live in São Paulo, and I work as a teacher.
Yasmin, let me put again the question in the chat. What springs to mind when you hear the word liberty?
I think maybe to do what you want to do without thinking about others' opinions.
Got it. And Raíssa, what about you?
I agree with Yasmin. I think it basically is that. Do whatever you want to do. So without care of opinions. That's it. You muted me.
Sorry. Bruna, how would you define liberty?
Maybe the state of doing doing what you want without interruptions or without any barrier. Maybe.
Anyone disagree with that or wants to add something about this definition that Bruna said? No one? All right. So, and Carmen, what do you think that is the difference between freedom and liberty?
That is a good question, yes. I don't know, but I believe that freedom, for example, when I don't work, I am freedom. I feel like I am freedom because I can do what I want in that moment that I want to do. But when I have a job, when I am working, I'm not feel freedom because I have appointments, I have meetings, I have job to do. So I am not freedom, but there is liberty because I have choices when I thinking about how to do my job, when I think that I am working there because I choose it in the past, I can change my reality. I have to work, but I can change it. I believe that can be it. I've never thought about the difference, but I believe that it's related with, it's like a relationship to, I can be freedom to have relations with anyone I want to have. But when I have a relation, I have liberty too, because I have space when that person respects me, and I can be who I want to be, for example. Maybe it, I believe.
Got it. What about you, Hazel? What do you think that is this difference between these words?
Oh my gosh, I really don't know, because I think it's almost the same, but I'm agree with Carmen. I think the freedom, it's more like you can do whatever you want, and liberty you can do, but not always. I think that.
What about you, Yasmin? Do you know this difference?
I don't know, but maybe freedom, when we talk about freedom, you need to think about the people that are around you, that the decisions that you are making will impact in others' lives, maybe.
And Bruna, do you know?
If I'm not mistaken, liberty is about having some rules according to society, you know, to the, I don't know, to the laws and this stuff. And there are some things we can't do because of the social rules, you know, or maybe political rules. And so this may be liberty, you know, like you're able to do some stuff, but some others you're not because of the laws. And freedom is your decision, you know, to go out, to maybe it's your desire to do what you want, you know. It's about people themselves, you know, not about the relationship between society and the rules, you know, or the ethics, maybe morals and ethics, you know.
Yeah, it's something like that. Being honest, I didn't know this difference between until today, because it was not me who made this topic. So I had to search. Oh, thank you, thank you, Bruna. So I had to search about it before I bring this topic. And yeah, it's like that. Liberty is something that it's more related to society, human rights, something like that. And freedom is something like individual. And it is really interesting that the liberty statue, it's liberty statue, not freedom statue, because it's something like it represents the society, it represents the democracy. So that's something interesting. Let me see. What do you, let me see. Carmen, what do you value most? Life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness? That's hard. That's really hard, brother.
Yeah, at first the life, because if I don't have the life, it's difficult to have the others, because the life is the most important from my point of view, if I have to choice. But if I can have all that things, perfect, yes. Life, liberty, and be happy, yes. It's so nice. And talking is interesting, because it happens a lot here. Subjects that I don't think about them in Portuguese, and we have to think about them in English and show my opinion. So it's so nice here, by the way.
I would be someone really mean. Bruna, answer this question.
Oh gosh, you're mean. Yes. That's really hard. But I would say nowadays, the pursuit of happiness, I don't know. I think I'm trying to, first of all, understand what really makes me happy, like what I really like, what is important for me, the values I want to bring with me, and then I would say pursuit of happiness. Maybe liberty is part of this, and maybe everything is connected.
Who
That's
knows?
it.
What about you, Raíssa? Raíssa.
I think these three walk together porque because I think the pursuit of happiness is one liberty the life brings sometimes, because the life is too hard, and when you can stop and watch and I forgot the word, oh my gosh, and look what Bruna said, to discover what you like, what to really bring joy to your life, or not bring joy. But I think the three, it's all side by side. That's it.
It's me?
Maybe liberty, because like I could try to do many things, and because of this I will find what makes me feel happy or not. So yeah, maybe liberty, and yeah, just this.
I think that's a really hard question, because liberty to me is something, to you it's something else. So, and also happiness for me is something, and for you it's something else. And it is really hard, but I would say for me it would be liberty, because it gives me freedom to understand what makes me happy, just like what Yasmin said. I think liberty just allow you to find out what you like, what makes you happy. So
Interesting, because I didn't think, but they are related, because for example, my point of view, life, yes, but if it is a choice that I have, so if I have the choice, probably I have the liberty. And when I talking about choice life, I take care of my life, my mental health, for example, and my physical, like doing exercises, for example, to have a time to be relaxed, yes. And at the same moment, it makes me happy too. So they are near one of the others, yes. It's interesting.
yeah, they are connected. You have to be alive to have liberty, but you have to have liberty to pursue happiness. So yeah, it's all connected. Would you fight, or how do I pronounce it? Riot? Is it right? Riot. I know this word, but I don't know how to pronounce. Yeah, okay. Would you fight your right to protect your liberty, Raíza?
Why me? why I started that? I don't know. Let me think. Let's Bruna answer, and I answer after that. Please.
No, come on. Yasmin then. Bruna
Okay.
just, I was really mean to Bruna, so Yasmin, please.
I don't know if I really fight for this, but maybe I try to show people that they need to respect my decision, you know, to have this liberty. So yeah, maybe fight. And if this person doesn't respect, is everything okay? Live your life, you know. So maybe just fight. And you, Bruna?
It was not me.
Riot. I don't know, because riot is like protesting, right? Or doing something like this, isn't it? You know what? That is something people always say. There isn't difference, like there isn't any changes with that aren't changes without protest or without violence, you know. So considering this, and of course I know we don't need to be violent, blah 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 blah, you know, but depending on the problem, you know, this is the only solution. I've never been to any protest, but I don't know, you know, like depending on the topic, on the fight, it will be worthy, you know. So yeah, I would say yes.
What about you, Carmen?
I've never involved in something like a riot, but if a fight is talking, is show the opinion, I do it generally when I feel that I don't have liberty. I try to fight for it, but I've never, how can I say, bater em alguém. I've never done it. Okay, fight is talking, is to discuss, yes, show the opinions, and it's enough for me until now. Yes, I don't know if I would do it, but I fight for my liberty. I believe that it's important, because if I don't eat, I don't believe that the others do it for me. So I fight, I believe.
And Raíza.
So I think the most of the occasions I don't really want to fight like typical violence, but talk. I love talk, and I like to be clear with my point of views. So think of that. I fight to protect our limits and another stuffs.
Look, I am feeling kind of, how can I say that? Kind of violent listen to you, because I have been on protests, and I have already discussed it a lot with people that were doing something that I disagree. And once this person that I was arguing with, he tried to punch me, and so yeah, things happen. So I would definitely riot or fight to protect my liberty. And have, have I have ever I have ever been on 3 or 4 protests. I'm not sure, but it was something like that. And yeah, I would definitely do it, and I did it, and I will definitely do it again if I have to, and I'm okay with that. I just have to fight for what I believe. It's something that to me is really important. Important, my liberty, my rights. So I definitely fight for them. What is the number? 6. Which world countries do you think most value liberty? Yeah, and that's it. Yasmin.
Oh, I really don't know. Maybe our country is the only one that I know that value this, but in the same way we feel that this impact in our lives, and professional or personal too, our decisions. And I don't know, maybe I can't think about other country that doesn't value this. And you, Raisa?
Sorry, I couldn't understand. You said that we value or we don't value?
Yeah, we value, but in the same way we maybe this prejudice.
Got
we
it.
have like the prejudice because of our decisions.
Got it.
I really don't know because I think what country don't value our our liberties. So, but I don't know another place to compare, to say that's it. No more to say.
Let me change that. In what situations, for example, you don't need to say a lot of things or specific things, but in what situations do you think that we don't value our liberty? Raisa?
Oh, I can bring a list for you. So I think
That's what I said just like.
I think nowadays mostly in the public health, because for us women too, it's very complicated, and I think it's hard to I don't know the word, to state our rights. And we saw a lot that in the public health, because we don't have the minimal we need to bring a good health for our children, our sisters. I think that it's what's bothering me a lot.
What about you, Bruna? Do you know countries that value or value it less? What it most or less? Or if you don't know any, just say why do we value or not value liberty?
I don't know why I chose this questions. Gosh, I could have chosen something else, something lighter. I don't know, pets. I'm kidding.
It's okay. I can change something. No problem.
Okay. It's okay. No, I was when I read the question, the first country I thought about was the US, because they not that I believe they they say they value, actually. That is this ideal that you're free, and oh gosh, is the country that values it the most. So I think they say they do, but we know this happens just for the ones who are privileged. So I don't know if it works the way the most of them wanted to happen. In the countries that value least, maybe countries that are under what's the name? I forgot the name. Gosh, under like maybe punitive government. I forgot the word, but I will Google it.
It's in Portuguese, it would be like autoritário, authoritarian, something like that.
Authoritative governments, maybe. Authoritative, that's the word. Yes, it can be.
All right. And you can.
I've already heard about some countries because I saw some news on the TV, like Eastern countries. I don't know if it's the right pronunciation, like Pakistan, the country of Malala. My point of view, they don't have liberty there because kids, girls can't study there. For example, the men judge them for it, and they have bad consequences when they choose to study there. It's the reason because Malala was famous, yes, in the past. Unfortunately, happened something really bad with her because she was studying and they don't accept there. So it is a kind of country that they don't value liberty, in my point of view. When we talk about the countries that value, it is difficult because for example, in Pakistan, I believe that men are liberty there, but women no. So it depends on the position. It depends who you are. It depends if you are black or white, if you are rich or poor, for example. It's not only about the country, because there are people that have it, even though there are others that don't have in the same space. So it's difficult. But I've already heard about Netherlands, that is Hollanda, yes, that they do some things that sometimes is unbelievable that you can do it there. I've already heard about some things that I was shocked when I heard, because I didn't expect it. So it's a kind of liberty, although it's not accepted for all, yes. For some, it can be a kind of no respect, for example. But they do many crazy things sometimes, yes. They leave people do some things more than in other countries, I heard.
Great. And for me, I have no idea. I agree with Carmen. It's something what she said about the country of Malala. It's something really hard. Sometimes we see news about countries that for us is like unbelievable. Something, things that happen there. It's like against our against to what we believe, because it's not what we live. It's not our how can I say? It's not our. It's not normal to us. It's not things that we see daily. So it's here we have more liberty than these countries. So when we see something like that, it's like terrifying for us. But I have no idea to what countries can I tell you. So let me see. What, Raíza no, Bruna. What, because Raíza already answered as the first person. So Bruna, what does liberty mean in your country? Do you think that people here understand the concept of liberty? What do you think?
You know, since we didn't know the concept, you know, of liberty, like we I don't know if we can identify, you know, maybe the difference between these two words, because I think in Portuguese we translate it the same way, right? Like liberty and freedom. So I think the meanings can get confused sometimes, you know, like and I also think it is really complicated, just like Raíza said, you know, about the impacts this concept can have in our lives. You know, Carmen was talking about the minority. I don't know if it's minorities or minorities. I think it's minorities. About the minorities, it's really, really complicated because these people are the ones who don't have this liberty and also freedom, you know, like most of the time they don't have both. So I think here it means just a group of people will have this right, you know, to have liberty and to do what they want, you know. I don't know if I think that's it. Really difficult question.
Got it. Yasmin, what about you?
Maybe, like Bruno said, we really don't know the concept, the really meaning, because people think that it's about to do what you want to do, but without thinking about the others. So I think maybe we don't know, like we just do what we want to do and don't think about other people or about what would maybe happen because of your decision, you know. Maybe that's it.
Carmen.
That's difficult because it's difficult to define what is liberty in the country. Yes, what means liberty in the country? Because when we have a definition for it, it's more easy to say if there is or no, but it's not something easy to say what is, because I can, for example, I can choose the governments, for example. It's good because there are countries that it's not possible. Although we have bad people there, we choose it. Yes, we not only accept we choose for it. So we have some kinds of liberties when I think about what I believe that is liberty, because there isn't a definition for it, I believe. So on the other hand, we are not freedom, for example, yes, and I can see it's a lot with women when they decided to break up the relations, and Jesus Christ, it's unbelievable what happened with them. It's unbelievable for me. I can't understand some kind of reactions, and people don't fight for it. It's terrible. We are accepting that situation until something happens with us. Yes, it's not liberty for me, because I can't break up a relationship. Yes, because if I do it, I feel I will feel scared about my future, because I don't know if that person is crazy and that person will kill me, for example. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I agree with the girls that there are consequences when you are really true in some contexts. At work, for example, I can say what I want to my boss, for example. And I believe that because I am a woman, it's the worst. Okay, it doesn't help me because I am a woman. It's a kind of negative thing too. Yes. So I believe that I can say, but I have to accept the consequences. Do you know? So maybe it's not 100% of liberty. Yes. So it's difficult to say if we are a liberty country or no. It's so difficult.
It is. What you said is related to what Bruna said. Sometimes we can say that a country value the liberty, but just for a few people, just for the privileged ones. So
yes, it depends where you are. Yes, it depends where you work. It depends how much you are a influenced person. There are a lot of things related to how many liberty do you have. Yes, if you are poor, for example, it's so difficult to have liberty in some situations. Yes,
definitely, it depends if you are poor, if you are rich, black or white, or a man or woman. So
yes,
yeah, it depends. Liberty for who?
Yes, that's the point.
That's the point. Liberty for who? And Raíza, what do you think? You said a little bit already in the other answer, right?
Yes, but I think I have nothing more to say, but the point it's what you bring now. Liberty for who? Who is liberty? Liberty for me, being a woman, mother, a wife, it's one thing. For another person in another situation, it's another thing. It's too hard to discuss liberty. It's too hard. Bruna, congrats. It's too hard to think about, but that's it.
I think that it is hard because when we talk about liberty, we talk about society. It's a group of people, but if we look at to a group of people as a group of people, it is something complicated because people are different. People are people, so it's really hard to talk about liberty because it's something for society, but yeah, liberty to me is something, for you is something else, as I said. So yeah, it is really hard. Even when we talk about what Bruna said, it's like minority, right? Minority and privileged people. So liberty is a complicated topic, okay, Bruna? All right, let's see. Kami, what extra liberty would you like?
Extra is when it's more than liberty, or extra is related to that the kind of liberty that I don't have.
More
liberty. Oh, Jesus, because it's easy to think about liberties that we don't have, that it's interesting if we would have, yes, like the rights of women, for example. But extra liberties, I really don't know. Extra liberties, something that I want to do, because I am not against, but for example, I'm not much for drugs, so it's not for me. It's not something that I want to have, for example, the liberty for using drugs, for example. By the way, I told you that I choose life, yeah, so I don't believe that it's good. So but there are extra liberties, but I don't believe in one that I want to have it, to be honest, like make sex on the street or go walk in the street naked. Yes, it doesn't, it is not something that I want to do.
Well, you told us that you are not treated as a man is in your job, for example.
Yeah,
you can talk with your boss as a man can. So it is something to have to be treated as a person in your work, like not have this difference between men and women, for example.
Yes, I believe that women don't have to be men in order to make money, for example. We are women. I can't change it. Oh, by the way, I can change, yes, but it's not that I want to do in my situation, okay? I want to be a woman. So I want to be a woman at work, and they expect that I am not a woman. They expect that I am a man. It's crazy. It's so crazy, and they can't see that it's good to be a woman there. It's a different view. It's a different way to work. It's a different way to think too. So it's a good extra liberty, but I don't believe that it has to be an extra liberty. It's the minimum. They have to respect us, yes, at the job. It's not a kind of extra liberty, but it would be good, of course. Yes,
definitely. It's totally unfair how women and men are treated differently during their jobs, and also black and white people, and also all these things about humans. But people somehow think that it has any kind of meaning. What about you, Yasmin?
Oh, this is really difficult. Maybe, I don't know, about money and about knowledge too, to have access to places that I don't have just because of money, but because of that I don't know too, that I don't have knowledge that this place is really a place, you know. So yeah, maybe that's it.
Raíssa?
I think it's not liberty, but I think like more freedom to come and go to some place. Like Yasmin said, I think we have a lot of place we can go because we don't have money or the way to go this place. Not the place, but in some situations or society, I think it's hard, but this to come and go more. I think that
the ticket nowadays it's really expensive. For example. Bruna?
We're talking about number 8, right? What? I'm sorry. Yeah, what extra would you like to? Would you like this one about being a woman, you know, and not being a woman and not having the rights to do some stuff, you know. I think this is the things that impact me the most. I don't know, difficult one. I will go with what Carmen said, you know, she was talking about it. And it's interesting what she said, that people expect her to act like a man, you know, but when we act the way they act, they think we are being arrogant, or we are being I don't know, we are moody, or we are in a bad mood, you know. So I don't know. Yes, it's really complicated.
That's it. I don't know why people think that sometimes there are reasons to treat someone in a different way, if it is a woman, if it is a Black person, if it is a LGBTQ plus person, or poor. So, but unfortunately, we have this. So we don't have time enough. I will put, let me search for it. I will put the survey in the chat, and you can say there if it about this meeting, if it is good for you, if it wasn't, and why. If it was a good talk, and you can suggest topics, and it will help me a lot. And yeah, that's it, guys. I don't have much to say. Thank you a lot for being here. Thank you all. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, and see ya.
Thank you. Bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
See ya.